Here we go with the Dowie and these lovely Iron Drakes with these new bolt throwers versus the Lizardmen, Ancient, Stegodons, everything coming at me. Me versus Forsaken, new friend of the channel. 5 Dwarf Warriors, I think. 2 Bugmans, 1 Iron Drake, Hero Hammer, so that's Rune, Belagar, and Felix. Got Belagar is, I think, 1450. Yeah, we took the Rune of Negation on the Smith, Felix with his healing, and that's all we need. Just good at clearing chaff and maybe some elite infantry, and the new bolt throwers. 2 of them. And this is what I did not expect. Ancient Stegodon, or Ancient Croxagore, Bastillon Riders, Ancient Salamanders, 4 of the, what are they? Source Warriors, and 1 of the Skinks. And Skinks, yeah, that's about it. That's what my opponent Forsaken has came in with, and it's going to be a hell of a game. Stegodon's taking shots, or the Solar Engine's taking shots. Not too bad, but not too great. Seeing as how we're going to be healing. I mean, it's not the worst damage. I mean, yeah, that was pretty bad, just 200. But to the Bugmans, it did a lot more there, so we go hiding those boys back in the woods. Trying to get our heals off. But we're giving that Solar Engine its due. Thanks to these newly updated bolt throwers. It's not too bad. And the Iron Drakes. The Iron Drakes' range increase was really nice. Yeah, in this matchup, and I've done this matchup, usually I think it would be, yeah, Lizardmen favored. You would just rush down the Dwarves, but with all the new DLC updates and nerfs to both Lizardmen and Dwarves, it's rough. Dwarves are really strong. From Gyros to the Thunderbards to the new bolt throwers and everything else in between. It's really hard to get through these Dwarves' defenses. And then you have the Lizardmen who took nerfs, whether it was price increases, mainly price increases. There's a few abilities that get added, but nothing too great. I mean, Lizardmen are still strong, but they're getting kicked down a peg or two. I like this little tactic Forsaken has going on right here. Making sure I'm staying honest. He keeps ducking in and out his Ancient Salamander and the Solar Engines. But luckily, I'm paying attention. He's really testing my awareness. And that's really what Warhammer comes down to. Map awareness. At least in Domination, that's for sure. I'm sure land battles as well, but Domination, you could be running a lot more units at the same time. You have to make sure you're summoning in what you need to and all that goodness. So it can be a bit daunting. Ooh, another shot in the woods. This is why I kept the Bugmen in the woods, so these Solar Engines don't have the best time trying to shoot down my boys. And it seems to be working. Iron Drake's getting ready to rip the Ripperdactyls a new one. Hero Hammer just keeping on the point. Don't need to bring anything. The Croxagore Ancient wants to come in, but we will blast him. We got Feral Cold Ones on the side coming in. Yeah, Forsaken. Real cheeky boy. The Solar Engine still not getting their value, and we're still hiding in those woods pretty well. And if it wasn't for these bolt throwers in the opening, these Solar Engines would have been a huge problem. Because typically you don't want artillery in the open, or in the starting army. You usually want to bring them in for Dom. Man, look at these Ripperdactyls just utterly destroyed. I mean, that's what happens when you have Hero Hammer, Doom Seekers, and Iron Drakes. Along with Bugman's Rangers just shooting into him. And I'm not making it easy for these for these poor boys. We got Giant Slayers ready to protect. That's why those cold ones still haven't come in. I was wondering where they were. Okay, makes sense. Even trying to take out the Skink Priest, the Ancient Salamanders. I mean, we're doing our damage, and there's no healing going on. So I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I don't know. If he would have brought what is it? Yeah, if they would have brought the Slan Priest, that's what I was trying to say. They brought that, I think, they probably would. Forsaken would have had an easier time, I think. I mean, Ancient Croxagore makes sense, but the Slan Priest is just the go-to. I think it has like 40 missile resistance, so you just unload. So you can't really unload into it, but with the Trolls and the new updated bolt throwers, maybe? But you could just hide them in the woods and just spam healing. I mean, the healing got nerfed in the, for the life lore, but still. And he moves in his Source Warriors, which we were waiting for, and then we're going to send in pretty much everything over there. Feral Cold Ones are now going to make their move, which I think I'm okay with, because the Solar Engines really haven't been getting their value, neither has the Ancient Salamander. Maybe the Ancient Salamander has. The Solar Engines definitely haven't, because I think they hit the woods more than us. Although our front line is kind of going down, we still have Hero Hammer, which will clear most of it. 3 of the Miners, and then the Doomseekers. Doomseekers, I'm not sure where I want to go with them yet. We also have Slayers with Great Axes up there, and Longbeards now. So our boys are going to last a little bit longer than they should. And also try not to overextend. So those engines, although getting shots in, will also finally come down. I don't know about the Skink Priest, though, or the Skink Caster. And as soon as those Feral Cold Ones come in, we just blast them with torpedoes and bugmans and just melt them! And since they're enraged, they're not going anywhere, so it's nothing but free shots. More Feral Cold Ones coming in. Doomseeker shooting away all these pesky skinks and Saurus Warriors, because they don't want any of those little guys. Dual axes coming in and chomping away. Ripperdactyls trying to slow me down, but the little people will rise. My stumpy boys will win this as we try to retake our home objective. We are triple capped right now. Not where I want to be, but you know what? We are pretty up in value, almost 2,000. We're going to probably get there soon. And I don't like the Solar Engines because there's a lot of... I think there's some friendly fire going on there too. More than I'm sure Forsaken would like. And even though he's shutting down my... He is shutting down my artillery, but at a cost. Which is units not being on the point, and we are killing all his units on the point. So once we're done cleaning this up, I'm pretty sure we'll have the point. Especially when you have Slayers on the... And he didn't even shut down the Bolt Throwers that hard. I mean, yeah, he's throwing Skinks on him too. But we got some Ekron Miners coming in to blow those boys away. And more Doomseekers, now that the Miners are retaking my home objective. And we're just going in there. And look at these skinky boys. Trying to duel it out with the Bolt Throwers, who are still shooting since I have them on bracing. And the Slayer's now getting into the back of them. The Slayers ain't no jokes, even the anti-large one, the regular Slayer. The OG ones. And that Ancient Crocscore is looking pretty cute. I think the Bolt Throwers want a piece of him. And the Doomseeker's now arriving on the side objective. My Miners could move up, maybe. I mean, we are down in points, but we're not in, like, triple cap range. I think if he was at 1,000, we'd be in trouble. But no. And he's kind of closing the value gap. About 1,000 points. Not including the healing, though, but I don't think the healing's been that great on Belagar or my Runesmith. And why take Rune of Negation now that I'm thinking about it? Rune of Negation, I think I would have liked the Rune of Swiftness. The ones that gives plus 24 melee attack bonus. And some speed. But Rune of Negation in case spells, if he has anything crazy. Or if he wants to, like, throw Thunderbolts on my artillery, I can at least mitigate some of that damage. Or on my Hero Hammer. I don't know, I was just testing it out. Doom and Rune of Doom would have been fine too. Get that nice explosion, get rid of a bunch of chaff. But I think my Miners were more than enough to deal with that. Any Temple Guard that come in, I send in the big old Doomseekers, which I already have. You guys seen that. The one thing I think I was afraid of, which is why I brought the double Bolt Throwers, was the... yeah. It was definitely the... what is that unit? The Shredder. Shredder of Lustria. That would have been my nightmare. But it would have been easier to handle his army, because all I have to do is keep the Shredder out of my territory. Like Walter White said, stay out of my territory, Lustria. Alright, anyways, enough of that bullshit. Bolt Throwers, Torpedoes, Ancient Salamander. It's a match made in heaven. Shooting off the rest of his units now. He's bringing in Crocscores, and the Bolt Throwers will shoot them off as well. And we are feinting right now to take Forsaken's home objective. Looks like he's setting in a few... I mean, Ancient Salamander still is a problem, and we are gaining momentum with Quarrelers now. So, and his Ancient Salamander did not like those Bolt Throwers, and he still does it. We got our Bugmen still alive, and I just love the Bugman Rangers here. Dodging the Lightning Bolts with the Slayers, those stumpy boys can move. I think they have, what, 40 speed? Yeah. And now we go for the Skink Priest with Hero Hammer. Felix Belagar, and Belagar, once he puts his ability... I forget what the ability's called. It gives him like plus 24 melee attack. So that should be more than enough to take out his caster now. Yeah, with all three of them trying to beat him down. Yeah, that caster died so fast, man. Just disappeared. And then you have... I don't think he realized... Forsaken realized... I think he thought he was fighting Doomseekers. No, those are just regular Slayers. See, that's what I hate about the banners that these units have, because they look so damn similar, if not the same. Doomseekers and Slayers have the same banners, which is kind of annoying. Ancient Salamander whittling away at Miners, but I'm okay with that, because we have more Quarrelers coming, more Dwarf Warriors, and once we have enough, we will start pushing onto his home objective. We still have Slayers, a lot of unbreakable units, and Hero Hammer on the side point, so although we're down in points, we're up in value, and we have a lot more units than Forsaken right now. And we're going to keep it that way. Proxigors can't really engage, otherwise they get shot down. His Lord is now running off the field, which, no surprise there. I don't think it's really going to affect him too much. Maybe the Skinks, but the Proxigors and Source Warriors, not so much. And even then, the Skinks are going to fight off 5 Doomseekers who are going to beat their way through all this nonsense. Get them, boys! Me not paying attention to the bombs being thrown here by the Miners. Ugman's still doing their work. And now that we have enough forces, we are going to start pushing into the home objective. The Ancient Salamander out of ammunition, so we're going to do everything we can to get rid of this thing. I forgot to turn off fire at will on those bombs. But we're going to take it down anyways. And there goes that. Oh, yeah, Rune Negation on those Slayers who will beat back everything. Although I should have them going up against this Crocscore, you know. That's what I was saying earlier. Map awareness is a thing, and as soon as Forsaken sees that, he runs away with those Crocscore. Hey, if he gets him off the point, I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. Send in the Skinks. We'll send in our boys. I don't mind that. And the Crocscore do have to fight off those artillery pieces still. And I ain't paying attention. That Hero Hammer will come back to the points. They're not going to go in the woods and chase forever. And that's what I mean by wet map awareness. If you're not aware, you're going to lose precious time and points and value if you're not paying attention. He sent in some Feral Cold Ones, which... Or, no, Croxigore. I thought they were Cold Ones. He might have sent Feral Cold Ones earlier. But these Bolt Throwers that have been resummoned will take care of them. They're already low, so the model count really didn't matter. And with the Bolt Throwers now uncontested, we're going to have an easy time holding this side objective. With nothing but Slayers and Giant Slayers. I mean, Skinks will whittle them down, but AP's kind of wasted there, and once Hero Hammer shows up, it's going to be a good time. And this is what I'm saying. With all the updates, it's just hard for most factions to kind of deal with Dwarves at the moment. Especially on this map. This is a very small map. It's really tough to take opponents' objectives when it's just 2 lanes. And Dwarf artillery is just so good. Yeah, at 700, I think the Bolt Throwers are going to get a nerf. I can see them easily making their value and double or if not triple it. Every game, they're just so damn good now. And Belagar for cheap, it's not bad. Felix, and not having access to anything like Spear Leech or Final Transmutation, I think it's really difficult for the Lizardmen to really take down Hero Hammer or just get into the backline. Maybe just do a bunch of Ripperdactyls and try to just spam Ripperdactyls, yeah, Croxigores, and the, what are those? The Feral Cold Ones. And maybe you could do it, but with things like the Goblin Hewers, Slayers, it could still be a bit of a problem. Hell, even Gyrocopters. Well, no, you still have Ripperdactyls for them. But even then, you don't have to even do those. You could just... I don't know. I think it's still pretty tough. I think it's really tough. It might still work, maybe. I don't know. So Ripperdactyls, I think, will still beat Gyrocopters, but Gyrocopters, I think, are faster than them. Don't quote me on that. And even then, you could just drop bombs on whatever left is on the opponent's battlefield. It's something I'm really considering, because Lizardmen nerfs really hurt them. But thinking about it, maybe. I mean, looking at this game, they're still pretty good. You could just go with more Ancient Salamanders instead of Solar Engines. I don't know, I've seen Solar Engines do pretty well into large targets, and they were ripping a new one to some of the Bugmans, but the Ancient, I think, was doing better. That could just be circumstance. If I wasn't paying attention, I probably could have lost all of them. It is what it is. I mean, you're not going to win all... I mean, you got to take some hits. So, yeah. And these are the Dowie. They're tough. I don't know. I've been trying Lizardmen lately, and I've been struggling. I've just been struggling. And this is a matchup I was very confident with Lizardmen before. Like I said, with the updates, it's pretty hard to deal with them now. And the ancient Croxagor's back. And now we are making that push. We have Quarrelers, Bugman's Rangers, plenty of Miners to go take care of anything on the side point. We are up in value, 2,000 value. He's trying to shut down my artillery again, and it's not going to really work. We have Hero Hammer on the point, and they're not going anywhere. And he's about to lose his Croxagor Ancient again. Bolt throwers, everything being sent into him. Ancient Salamander needs to go because that terror is a legit threat. Got cold ones on us, but the Miners and the Quarrelers should be able to handle that. We have lots of HP on those boys still, and models. And yeah, once these boys are done, feral cold ones are left. That's about it. Look at these cold ones. Beautiful. I really like the Lizardmen monster. They're probably some of the coolest monsters. Next to, I think, Beastmen and Demons. At least design-wise. And this game is going on for a long time. It's been a while since I had, well, not really. Most of my games against good players are long. And I am catching up in value. Unless he takes this point, my home point, or the side point, it's probably going to be game soon, maybe? Yeah. Just from the ticks alone. And not only that, I'm about to triple cap him. I would fast forward, but the game's going to be ending in a few seconds anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And Forsaken, man, he is a good player, so don't discount him. I think this game really shows his talent. He's throwing these decrepit boys, but they ain't gonna last. There was a good charge from those cold ones, but we still have plenty of units coming in, including Slayers. Croxagor Ancient's gonna fold, and once he does, the rest of his army is. But I might win this game before he does that. And if he just had a few more seconds, and we were talking about that too, if he had a few more seconds, I think he could have got this. Luckily, I was paying attention. The key to winning this game, folks, just pay attention. Be aware. And I know I hate playing from space, but you know what? That's probably the most optimal way to play. Alright, yeah, this is about over. GG's Forsaken. This was a hell of a game. Hell of a game. Alright, let's go to the value now. Hope you guys enjoyed that one, man. I know I did. That was probably one of the roughest games I had. Especially trying out Dwarves with the new update. It's been a while with the Dowie. Bellegarde didn't pay for himself by it. He definitely didn't die. I mean, he's still at full HP throughout that whole game. Same with Felix. Rune Lord, I think, paid for himself. I think he was like 450, if not 600. I only took the one item with him, which was the Rune of Negation. Everything else, I think, did okay. Iron Drakes did alright. They got resummoned. They probably would have paid for themselves, but definitely not twice over. Same with these buggies. Bolt throwers, yeah, they paid for themselves 3 times. Jeez. I mean, I summoned them twice, but still. I would take them again in a heartbeat. Those things, definitely worth it. Tube Seekers, Giant Slayers, yeah. Other Slayers, meh. Goblin Hewer, I probably could have went for another Bugmans or Slayers, or I don't know, anything else, really. Probably, yeah, I think another Iron Drake actually would have been fine, too. To deal with the Ancient Salamander on my side objective, which would have been fine. Yeah, look at the Croxagor Ancient, he got summoned twice. No! I don't know. I think the Slan Priest would have been better. He could hit him easier. He could have been more healing. Solar Engines, I don't know. I think I would have went for more bodies. Maybe one Ancient Salamander and then more bodies, like Red Crusted Skinks. I think that would have been fine. And then in reserve, more Ripperdactyls and Feral Cold ones. And that's about it. Instead of just trying to get the points because, you know, they're bottleneck points. So there's not much you could do. Alright, folks. With all that said, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please like, sub. We're on the road to 1,000. We're almost there! I greatly appreciate it. Come see me on the stream. Come play. Maybe get yourself seen on the replays. Alright, folks. With all that said, y'all have a good one. Peace and goodbye for now.